Wait.
Yep, we're live.
Hello there, everyone who is watching, but nobody's watching right now anyway. So here we are with another episode of Fellowship of the Punchboard, episode 5 already. We've been doing this for 5 months. You know that?
Yep. By the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday I realized it's already 5. Maybe it's a small number, but still, it's like a 5 months. So
yeah,
sounds good.
Once each month. So yeah. And today we're going to talk about 2016 and our highlights, our emotions, personal life. Baker, you can talk with everyone. Movies as well. Yeah. And games.
I just mentioned the word movies, and now it's like a big thing. I'm afraid it's going to be very anticlimactic because I've only watched a few movies.
Come on, it's fine. Movies is
I've only
cool.
watched a few movies.
It depends, It's totally fine to talk about the movies as well, but we're going to talk about games as well. So,
yes,
I can start.
Yeah, you can start. Yeah?
I can start. Yeah.
Tell who you are. Tell who you are. By the way, we can start. Yeah, to be sure. Yeah, no, we don't have the tags right now because Google Hangout doesn't allow us to do that. So I'll just tell that I'm Ilja, and the others.
Oh, I'm Baker from Board Online, Board Offline. I realized that because we can't get the tags, and it's just like all of a sudden this time we can't do it. We can now say anytime anything goes wrong, thanks a lot, Trump, because thanks a lot, Obama. Now it's thanks a lot, Trump. So it works. I think he took the tags from us.
Yeah, probably. Although, yeah, we thought that moderator is Ilja here, but perhaps it's indeed it's Trump.
Yeah,
yeah, not me. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Alina from Würfel Reviews. Yay!
Cool.
Whoa.
Yes.
Let me put my phone on silent there. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's me.
Oh yeah, that's all your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault now. Yeah,
we're fine with that.
Just 2 clicks and such. So, but let's start with something, and we usually start with recent plays and impressions that we had.
Yes.
Yeah, we did a whole list of things we want to talk about in this show. So there's like a huge pile of things. But yeah, do you want to start, Alina? Baker?
I thought I'll start with the 2016, but yeah, sure, no problem. I can talk about the games as well we played. So we went to Finland to meet our friends a couple of weeks ago, and within 1 weekend we discovered two games for ourselves that were like super cool, and we realized that they're from the same company, and both of them are the older ones. So one of them, Escape from Aliens in Outer Space.
Oh, I want to play that game so bad.
It's
at my FLDS, and every time they're going to play it, I can't make it.
Wow, it's absolutely not our type of game, like not at all. We don't like those secret roles and nothing like that, but that game was absolutely amazing.
Okay, so it won you over. It's not your type of game, but it won you over.
Yes, exactly. I loved every second of it. It's like it doesn't nearly have any artwork at all, but it still gives you that feeling of being in that spaceship where nothing is working and it's completely everything is in darkness, and there's some like aliens lurking around, and you try to escape, and you kind of think you know where they are, but you're not sure. And wow, I had tons of emotions. Absolutely, it was amazing.
And for the aliens, it's the same way too, right? Like nobody knows where anybody is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Totally the
same. You kind of know, and you're so sure that you are attacking, and you're attacking emptiness. It's fun. Ilja was once alien, and he killed his fellow alien, so he failed.
Well, I won anyway, so yeah. I just killed him and had to be the sole winner of the game. Yeah. I do like that. No, it's a cool game. It's a lovely game. It's when you look at it, it seems to be abstracted.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a grid, you have some symbols, and that's it. And then you mark everything with this driver as a marker and such. So it doesn't at first it doesn't feel that thematic, but you can feel it as soon as you start playing, and as soon as there are more movement and more cards came out, alarms and such, and then you have the false alarm, and then the cat and such, some special abilities. The cool part is that it's not like just humans and aliens. I mean, like humans have different roles that you can basically play, that you can get. So you have a special ability, but if you will use it, you will reveal that you're a human, you know. And with alien, as I remember, I'm not sure, but I think I remember that aliens don't have to show that they are aliens when they use their abilities, or do they?
No, I don't think. No, I don't think they had to.
Or they have to still. But like the thing is that there's so much, like there's not only like aliens and humans. There are some special roles and abilities, and there are different aliens who have really cool powers as well. And then you search for each
like
other.
all the aliens don't have the same powers. It mixes it up. Okay.
Like one alien is speedy, the other one here is up to 5 rooms ahead and such, and whatever, you know, like
Cool.
these kind of things. Yeah. And then as you play, you can always get a card which tells you that you have been infected and you become an alien, something like that. There is a card, or
Yep, there is a card, because I started with a human, and I was super delighted to turn into alien because it's more fun. I kind of like to play those bad guys and overlords. So
well, hey, you know, from the point of view of the aliens, the humans are the bad guys.
Oh.
So.
Yep. You try to kill them off. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Eat them.
There's a whole lot of maps as well, so you can try all the different breeds and such. So it's easy to, it's not so easy to teach, but once you start playing it, it's quite easy, and it feels abstracted. But once you play it, it's more thematic than it looks.
Yep.
So yeah.
Hey, can I take us off topic real briefly? Do y'all organize your shelf by company? Because I just realized TMG has like 9 games all next to each other right there.
Yep.
On your shelf.
Right, you are.
Almost, yeah. It depends. If we have
most of the games, like if they're like more or less the same box sizes, then yes, we try to organize them by companies. Right. Or sometimes designers. We have like different logic, but I'm super big fan of. I'm super big fan of the big. I think a lot of us too of TMG. So I want them to be just behind me, because Ilja is sitting at the place I usually do.
Right.
Yeah, cool. We have different companies. Sometimes.
Sorry for the rabbit trail.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Cool question. Usually, sometimes we have like French games and such. No, there aren't.
13 TMG games.
Dinosaur Rush. What is that? I've never even heard of that.
Dinosaur Rush? That one?
Yeah, that one right there.
It's a Scott Arms game. Yeah, if you want to.
No. It's fine, Ilja. You will do it better. You know. Yeah, Ilja is much better at explaining games than me.
No, it's a rather family-friendly game about building up dinosaurs, and one part of that game is that you pick up the bones from the dig sites, and you can use some nasty actions for what you can get notoriety tokens, and if you have the most of them, then you will lose these points, and everyone else will add these points to their, like, from the notoriety tokens. But the thing is that you do different actions, you pick up bones, and bones in different colors. And different colors correspond to different skeleton. Different bones. Like this is for the tail, this is for the neck, and this is for the head. You know, and the other part of that game, the second part, is where you are building up. You have gathered some bones, and then now you are building up your dinosaur. And then you have restrictions, like you have to have at least 2 limbs. You have to have a neck, and then the body itself, which connects from the neck to the head and such. And then you are building up this with
neck to tail.
Yeah, these are basically like this wooden whatever they're called. Wooden
pieces, let's say. Yeah,
for bones, and you are literally building up your dinosaur.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I'm pulling it up here. Oh,
yeah. The fun thing is that yes, you have some restrictions, like the things that make sense, like head, body, tail, limbs. Rib, but all the rest, the way you position them, it's up to you, and you can create those funny creatures. Really and cool. Yeah, it is. It's quite fun. It is quite fun.
Yeah, the first part is simple, and it's not as exciting as then building up your dinosaur. You're just picking up the bones. It's
Right.
like, it's okay, and then you're building up, and then it's fun because I'm gonna do my dinosaur that way. You have like you need to have imagination, and so for some people it might be too abstracted because they cannot really see what's the dinosaur, and if you need to have this little bit childish imagination of the great dinosaurs and whatever I build up with.
Yeah, when building up a dinosaur, you really need to have that common sense, like body parts. If you don't use it, then you might have problems remembering, like, so what did I need to have? Did I need to have a head, or did I need to have a rib? Or like, you need to really have a common sense of body. Right. And if you have that, if you use that, then rest is just fun.
Yeah, awesome. And it's a little bit. I would say it's a good teaching tool for children as well. If you play with the children, imagination and building up and these different.
It looks like something that Biagio would like a lot. So it is now officially on my checkout wish list of things to check out that I haven't researched yet. So
it was a Kickstarter, so we got it from there.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2016 game. So,
is it? Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, now we talk. We're in the theme. Yeah.
That was all intentional. This was all set up beforehand to our viewers. This is all. None of this was accidental. I meant to do that. Okay, where were we? What were we doing? Talking about games we recently played.
Your recent plays. Anything you want to talk about?
What have I recently gotten back into? Well, last night we played Small World for the first time since I think July. We just played a 2-player game of it, and I got royally stomped by Brandy. So that was fun. She just, oh man, it's like she never. I don't even know what happened because normally I'm pretty good at that game. Normally I win, and then last night she just steamrolled me.
Well, which game?
Small World.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's It was Days of Wonder. It came out 2012. It's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. That right there is the first designer game I ever owned. So that's really kind of the game that's responsible for getting me into the hobby, because I was just in Barnes & Noble and was like looking around and stumbled upon their board game section. I was like, whoa, there's a lot more here than just what I'm used to knowing about. And I was looking at that and looking at Mansions of Madness and decided to go with Small World. And I'm glad I did, because if I had done Mansions of Madness first, I probably would have been too frustrated with it to keep going. So did Small World. We played Small World a lot, and then I started researching Mansions of Madness and learned it before I bought it, and then I loved it at that point. But if I had tried to learn Mansions of Madness as the first game I ever played, that would have been a problem.
Yeah.
But yes, so played Small World recently, and I got my hands on The Others. It was on sale for like half price at Cool Stuff Inc. It was $50, and it's like MSRP for $90 or something like that. So I got it for $50 from Cool Stuff Inc. And Brandy, it's funny because she's always very resistant to new games. She likes playing the games we already have type thing because she knows how to play them. But I knew that she loved playing the Keeper in Mansions of Madness First Edition. She liked playing the bad guy in that game. And so I was like, you know what? Because the second edition doesn't have the bad guy anymore. It's cooperative, and she was kind of bummed about that. So I was like, I bet she'd like The Others. So I got that, and we've played it a couple of times, and she's been the Sin player both times. For anybody that doesn't know, in The Others, the idea is that the Hell Club has basically summoned the avatars of the 7 deadly sins into our world, and there's like this war going on now between the humans and the 7 deadly sins, but the humans are losing. And so there's a group called Faith, and it stands for something. It's an acronym, and I can't remember what it means. It's pretty ridiculous. But in the good guys have like vampires and werewolves and all these people that are helping the good guys fight against the 7 deadly sins. And in each game, the bad guy will pick one of the 7 deadly sins. There's only 2 in the base game, unless you kickstarted it, which I didn't. And so in the base game, it comes with either pride or sloth. Anyway, Brandy loves it. She as long as she's the bad guy, she's a big fan of it. And
kind of same here.
I have not beaten her in that yet either. So,
how many times have you played it already?
I played it twice with her and once at my my game store. So, looking forward to getting some more plays of that in. We've been real busy lately and have not gotten to play longer games very much. It lasts about a little over an hour, I think. And that's from Eric Lang as well. So yeah, those are the two. I guess that's the real cool one. I did get to play Welcome to the Dungeon. I don't own that, but I got to play that recently. Have y'all played that one?
No.
No. That's a very, very quick. Basically, players take turns drawing from a pile and look at a card, and then they decide, am I going to put this monster into the dungeon, or am I going to put it in front of me, like remove it from the dungeon? But if you remove it from the dungeon, then you also remove one piece of armor from the hero. And it's essentially a bidding game, or I guess a press your luck game, because the hero belongs to everybody, but only one person is going to be responsible for him at the end. So basically, when you decide if I'm going to put this monster in the dungeon, okay, the dungeon just became more difficult. If I decide not to put it in the dungeon, well, I've just removed one of the hero's pieces of equipment, so it's going to be harder for him to make it through. And the longer you stay in doing that, the more likely you're going to be the one that takes the hero through. And if you end up being the one that takes the hero through the dungeon, then you start drawing off the top of that pile that y'all built up with monsters. And certain equipment kills certain monsters. And if you can't kill the monsters, then it knocks your health down. And if you die, then you lose that round. And if you lose twice, then you're out of the game. And so it lasts maybe 10 minutes. So the player elimination is not a huge problem. And
the whole game 10 minutes or the round 10 minutes?
No, the whole game lasts about 10, maybe 15 minutes, but usually about 10 minutes. And so, it's super quick. And I guess, I guess technically the round, because you have to win twice to win the game. So yeah, technically the round lasts about 10 minutes. And I think the game, I could tell you actually how long the last game. I have Board Game Stats app.
Yep.
That I love. Do y'all use that?
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Welcome to the Dungeon. That's what we're talking about. On average, on average time for the full game, 14 minutes. So it's not a long game, and a lot of fun. I was surprised at how much fun it was. So y'all should check that out.
I know Ilja was thinking about the game for some time ago, but I guess we decided not to get it. But who knows? Well, maybe Ilja just added to the wish list.
Decided not to get it.
They made a second one, I think. And if I remember correctly, like the reviews that I've seen say that if you don't have the first one, just get the second one, because it's the exact same, only a little bit better.
Like Welcome Back to the Dungeon, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe we'll try it at some point. I'm sure it will be in the board game camp in February. So.
Why do you think so?
I have seen copies before there. Yeah. Okay. So it's a game that some people bring usually. So it's cool.
Your game?
What about my
Your game?
My game. I can talk about games as well. So I wanted to mention a game which I wasn't a fan of, but we bought it in it was a spontaneous buy basically, because we saw it. It looks so great. It's Running with the Bulls. Running with the Bulls thematically it sounded really cool. You have the game where you basically run away from the bulls. It's like this competition sort of type, and then you have like a huge map where you basically, based on your dice, if you have even or odd numbers, you move down to one or the other path, and you have these different paths with different of your dice. These are your people, and the bulls are bigger dice. And if your number, if your people dice number match the bull's number, then the bulls attack you, and they might sort of kill you or whatever, injure
you. Yeah.
What's your looking map?
Yeah.
Map is quite busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool. But the thing is that what you need to do, you need to get from the top to bottom to these cards, which are actions or bonuses. that you will get. And then you play another round and another round, and then once you have played a certain amount of rounds, the game ends. It has that take that element as well to it, where you play a card and then you like make the other player re-roll their dice, and then they might roll the dice which match the bull's die, and so then the bull will attack them. It's a little bit like the problem with this one was that the board is busy, but it's totally fine with me. I know it's really cool artwork once you look at it in real life, but the problem was that it just wasn't fun. It was just a random fest of like doing whatever you're doing, and there was no real fun for us. It might be a good game for kids and with kids. I mean, like as a family, even with the take that element, it can be a cool game still. But for us, it was like too much of that. Just look and see what happens, But that's it.
Is there any real mitigation to the dice rolls, or is it just, other than making people re-roll and stuff?
There are cards, but you get a certain amount of cards in your turn, and sometimes you get cards that you cannot really use, or you like. Basically, you can end up with the cards that are nothing for you, or you can end up with really good cards that will help you in this round. So the random thing is that you pick up cards from the central pile, and somebody can get better cards for his round than you, and you're like stuck with these 3 cards that you can do about it. I can re-roll my dice. I don't have to roll my dice, because otherwise, if I roll them, I can get the number that matches the bull's number, and then he attacks me. Why should I do that? Okay, then I will not play the card, or something like that. And I think you had to play the card, at least one card, each turn. So it was like, I don't know.
So then sometimes you're forced into playing something that's not even worthwhile.
I don't remember exactly, but I remember that it's not a good game in my opinion.
Yeah, like the idea is really good. I absolutely love like
running away
from the bulls, and all like people and bulls are dice, and the idea is super cool, but it just I don't know, and it looks good, but
But we as you can see, we have lots of TMG games, and 2 that are here near here, Ground Floor and Homesteaders. These are the older games we usually buy, new games, Cult of the New, and these are Ground Floor is from 2011. Was it the first time it came out? And Homesteaders 2009, I think. But this is the TMG edition, which is a little bit better edition with like better components, maybe revised rules and such. It was 2012 edition of that. So they're older games basically. And the thing is that we played them both.
It took us quite some time to hunt both of the games down.
Yeah.
I really wanted them badly.
Basically wanted the...
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. I'm looking. Every time y'all talk about a game I haven't heard of, I always bring it up on BDG.
When we looked at them before, they didn't look that great. It's looked boring. And Ground Floor sounded as an economy game for me at some point, so I didn't want it. Now I'm fine with economy games, so we tried it. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It is thematic, although I didn't feel the theme, because I'm not into this CEO and controlling your company and the industry and such, and I didn't feel that myself. But I can see that I'm just not the right person for that theme.
For ruling the company. For being CEO.
It's a cool game. I would say it's a cool game, but it's heavy. It's really heavy. You need to think a strategy in advance. Basically, it's a strategy, pure strategy. There are some tactical aspects, but it depends basically on you.
Mostly strategy,
yeah.
It was heavy game, but I really liked it. We definitely bought it for me, and I was the person to enjoy it much more than Ilya, because this more my type of a game, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I like how different aspects of the business are in. Not that I know how to run business, but it made sense to me. Like completely, everything was so thematical, in my opinion. I really liked it.
On the other, the Homesteaders, which also looked to be like complicated game, It wasn't. It's an engine building game, and I do like engine building games, building the stuff up, and then it starts working, and then you get better and better and better. You know, it's like the progression.
It looks like he's got some really cool wooden bits for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has.
There is no art. There's no art. What took me away from the game at first is that there's no really the art and the theme. It sounded boring. It looked boring, but once we started, and it looked a little bit too overcomplicated with all these icons. But once I read the rules and we started playing, it became clear. It became we played it rather fast. We played a 2-player game, and the 2-player game worked well with this auctioning. There's the auction mechanism as well. You're auctioning in order to get these sort of like contracts or whatever, the lands,
right?
And like tiles, basically. With these tiles you can build, but these tiles will give you like certain types of buildings that you can build this turn. So you're auctioning for these different tiles, and then you build. But you need certain resources, and some buildings will give you just some one-time bonuses or something like that. Some give you income in resources. Some will have the worker spots where you need to put the workers. Where you can basically, it's like a small piece of worker placement in that game as well, where you put your workers and you get the resources from there as well. So it's really cool. It's trying to get your engine working in a pure way, nice. Which I really enjoyed. Really cool game, Euro game through and through, but I would say elegant. It's towards this French type of Euros, where you have this elegance and smooth play, and not too heavy on this gameplay. So
yeah, not too many like small things you need to keep in mind. I'm actually quite surprised how much Ilja liked it. I didn't expect. I thought I would like it more, but actually Ilja liked it more than me. For me, it was great engine building, but nothing more than that. But
yeah, I would give it maybe even 9 out of 10.
Wow,
that's a lot.
Yeah, that was it was first impression, but it was so strong. I was like, wow, I want to play this game with more players in order to have this feeling of auction.
Add that to my thinking about list.
If you can,
selling well.
If you can hunt down the Team G, the newer Team G version, 2012.
Although there is like the third version is from Quinnet Games, which might be good as well, but as
they say the components
huge fans of TMG, we just had to have the TMG version.
Right.
Yeah,
I see Quinnet game. Okay,
it's different artwork there. Don't remember the bits.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's really cool. These are the games I wanted to talk about. We played quite a few games in December. We did a sort of a marathon. We had to play a lot of games in December, and then we played only 4 times in January.
Yep. Wait. You just run through so quickly. I actually want to mention at least one more game. Let's say I'll mention just 1 or 2 games that we played. So another game from the same publisher, the older one as well. We picked it up from Finland, and it's Escape from Colditz. It's actually quite old game. It is 1973. It was first published, and it was really loved by people. And then they did like few rule like redos and home rules, and so they reprinted it last year. So the idea is that it's like Nazi time and Germany, where you have like a different political, the prisoners of war in the same castle, and they try to escape. So, and one is like, again, Overlord, which is the German guards, and like the prisoners of war, they try to escape from the castle, and the guards try to keep them there. So it's pretty much roll and move, but it has really good theme there. So for example, if you're the Nazi, then you really at the beginning of the game, like obviously I was the one to play the Nazi. You really feel like, yeah, everything's under control. They cannot do anything. Like, come on, I'm everywhere. I can do stuff, so I can stop them all the time. And at some moment when they gather the things, they gather the equipment, you start feeling, okay, there is something going on in that corner. I can definitely see they have planned there as well. And you like the tension starts growing. And if you're a prisoner, then you first, like randomly go around, gather stuff there, and you wait for that perfect moment, like perfect die rolls to just run for the life. And so it might be dragging a little bit in the beginning, but those emotions, it's like from the movies when one of the prisoner escapes from the prison and all other prisoners, shout and like on there. So they like the emotion. We actually had people standing up behind the table and whoa, you have to get there, go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was absolutely great. Awesome.
There's that randomness that you might not some people not like, because you roll the dice and basically that's your movement points, and you can spread your movement points through your different folks basically, and each player has its own like prisoners, and the cool part is that we are sort of to be honest, there's a feeling of working together, although whoever escapes, he's the winner, and there is only like one or two winners at most. Oh, sorry, only one winner. No, one winner. Yeah, you have to escape with two of your folks. But the thing is, at some point, you feel like you're working together because, for example, we played with Andres, and Nastya, and Andres went in that corner. I went to the other corner. And then Alina had to think who is starting to run, She didn't know that I have gathered that sort of equipment and such. So at some point, the prisoners try to gather as much as possible. Like basically, you are gathering all the things, and then you need to.
How does that part work? The gathering of equipment. Is there like a deck you're drawing from, or?
Almost. There are some certain things you need to get. You need to get the survival kits, but you need to get them from different parts. In order to do that, you have different rooms, which are basically across from each other. You need to get two of your people. One in one room and the other one in the other room with the same icon, like let's say
rope,
the can of food or rope. You need to stay on two symbols of rope in order to get the rope. But these are the items that are not hidden, so Alina knows that I got the rope right now.
Right.
But there are some certain cards that you can get. I don't remember, when you roll doubles, something like that.
When you rolled less than 4. So the idea is that if you are slow, so you roll a little numbers, then you have more attention to details around you. So you like gather information, which is, in my opinion, is like super cool. So it's not like, oh, I just roll poorly and then whatever, but you actually gain a different information from that.
Yeah. But it's cool, you have the other deck of cards where you pull the cards off, and then these are the special ability cards which the Overlord doesn't know what you have, and then basically you can use them at the right moment. Because I had these cards that were like, I can use this card as a part of equipment, and I think I used a lot of ropes to escape through, like to get through different walls. There is one wall, the second wall, and then the outside where you need to run. And the thing is that how I got out is that I waited for a really good roll. Like, for example, I rolled, each time we rolled a double, you can re-roll.
Yep. And like run even like further. So you add those to the previous roll.
So it's really hard to explain. Basically, it's a roll and move game. It has these random elements, but the thematic part is so cool, and the gameplay, engaging gameplay, where you are not working together, but you basically help each other out, and then you are waiting for that right moment where you can basically just run from the prison. It feels thematic because that was in the real life, I think, as well. And
you were just patiently waiting for the moment.
Sometimes you roll badly, but that's what happens in life as well. It didn't feel as random as I thought, so that's cool. Right. You need to play it. If you get a chance, you have to play it. You will like it. You will like it.
I had heard they had reprinted it. I'd never heard of it before. Obviously.
Same here.
But I've heard recently about the reprint and everything, and people have been talking about it. So
yeah, same here. We didn't hear about the game before it was reprinted, but when it was reprinted, it definitely got my attention by the way the board looks. For some people, it might look blunt and boring, but for me, it was like instant love. Absolutely.
When you look at it, it looks much better. So yeah, should we go to our topic of the day? Because
yeah, I think so.
I'll
just keep my last game. Yeah, took forever. So 2016, like especially by the end of the year, you could see lots of small the memes and pictures and people talking about how bad 2016 year was, like many celebrities dying and stuff happening, and Brexit and Trump. Like people have been talking mostly bad things about 2016. For us, last year was actually really, really good. I'd say even the best so far. We had a tough time in the spring when Ilja was finishing his bachelor degree, and we didn't have time, and we were trying to plan our wedding at the same time, which was poor choice kind of, because at the end I was doing way too much stuff on my own, which is not the way you should plan the wedding. But then we got married and we had absolutely wonderful time in Italy, the honeymoon. And after that, everything just went up, straight up. And then we had Essen. And we got press passes on our own as a reviews channel. And we got, I think Ilja wants to talk about Essen.
No, just briefly mention a few. Yeah, the highlight was that we got the press passes. That I wrote to them. I didn't expect them, but I just asked, and they asked to do an exception, because usually if you're an online like a channel and stuff like that, they will give you only one. But I said, right, I cannot really work without Alina. It's just, what should I do? We need a cameraman and interviewer and such. So
yeah, and we're like, it's not like there's only one person behind the camera. No, we're switching. If we're doing previews, then I'm the cameraman, Ilja is doing the preview. If we're doing interviews, Ilja is behind camera and I'm interviewing.
Right. Yeah.
So it's really like,
it's cool that they were willing to do that too.
Yeah, we're super thankful.
It's really lovely, because it was exception that the organizer of Essen, what's she called? What's the name?
What?
The name of organizer of Essen.
I don't remember.
That lady. Oh, that's really bad. I don't remember.
You can find that information later on. But yeah, actually shed a small tear when we got the actual press passes in mail. We were so delighted.
And yeah, the Essen itself was really cool, but it was extremely busy. As I told Alina, I don't want the Essen to be as busy again. I just want to relax as well and just look at the games and maybe play something. We don't play in Essen, we can play only in the hotel later, but we were running from the booth to the booth, from appointment to appointment, from the meeting to the meeting, and it was a crazy time. It was really cool. We had a lot of great interviews and previews and such, but it just like maybe it was a little bit too much.
We definitely were broken after the Essen. So when we came home, we had a 1 week of vacation and we're actually recovering. So I had a sore neck, my knee were hurting, then I had something with the wrist, It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It takes 100% of you, like your body, everything, like mind. Well, yeah, of course, we did maximum in Essen. So we were absolutely deadly tired after each day in Essen, but we always went out and did stuff with people, because there are some certain people you see only once a year and you really want to hang out with them. So yeah, we were just a little bit sleeping, just the bare minimum you really need for the body. But yeah, we got to meet so many people, and wow, no, it was absolutely wow for us.
Yeah, we got new connections, so now we know. And played for the first time. We played something. Yeah, we played, as I was told before, Yamata and Treasure Island, these kind of prototypes from Matagot that you won't usually get to play,
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's like, awesome. Essen seems like it's a great time, even though, like you said, it's not. I think even if you're not doing like a channel or something, a lot of times Essen at the convention itself is not really a game playing convention. It's always kind of on the periphery, and afterwards is what everybody that talks about it seems to say.
Is there anything that happens to you happened to you this year? Something you want to talk about?
Well, for me, prior to this year, I've always been very opposed to backing Kickstarters because I like if I spend my money, I want the thing now, whatever it is, I want it now, and
Ruka Salt.
Was that? Yeah, right. And so earlier in the year, though, I saw that Far Off Games was kickstarting the expansion for Zaya Legends of a Drift System, and that expansion was adding a solo option for the game. And I was like, oh no. Okay. I started feeling the call from Kickstarter to back that game. And eventually I did. I backed that one. And I was like, okay, but this is a one-time exception. I'm not going to back anything else because I don't want to spend money and then wait 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was it? Ludi Creations, I think, had their cash box stolen at Essen. And they put up a Kickstarter for a game called Steal This Game, which they created in 24 hours as a result of their cash box being stolen. And I was like, all right, well, I gotta help them out. That's pretty awful. So I want to, I can throw $5 at this Kickstarter because it was $5 to get the game. And I was like, okay. So I kickstarted that one. Did you get the game already? No, I think European backers have started getting it, and
I've heard
it should be showing up any day now, I think. Okay. But I'm excited to get my hands on that one. But then I was like, okay, so now I've got 2 Kickstarters, going, and but I'm sure that's fine. And then at Thanksgiving time, Kingdom Death Monster showed back up on Kickstarter, and I was like, I saw it pop up, and immediately it's made like $3 million. And I was talking to the wife, and I was like, it'd be nice if one day I could afford to get a game like this, but obviously I'm not going to back Kingdom Death Monster for $250. That's ridiculous. And I kept following the campaign and doing more research on the game itself, and I couldn't spend my own money on it. I couldn't, but I did manage to find a local game store who I'm friends with anyway, and we've worked something out where basically they helped me get the game. And so now I've got that one kickstarted as well.
I think that's absolutely amazing deal you got. Really, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're awesome guys, and I'm always bringing games to because they're mainly like a Magic the Gathering and D&D and Pathfinder type stuff and Star Wars X-Wing, but they have a collection of board games as well. And I'm always bringing in more games to play there and everything on their board game nights. So we've got a pretty good relationship going, and they were pretty immediately willing to help out because they wanted to get their hands on that game anyway. But we were able to work something out where they're doing stuff with my channel and everything, so they're pretty excited about it. But yeah, so Kingdom Death Monster. So now I've got 3 Kickstarters that I still don't have any of the games for. So I'm definitely full blown.
I think we have much more than 3 Kickstarters, the games that we haven't yet received. We got a bit too crazy with that, and we're really trying to put really strict rules for Kickstarter. So our rules for Kickstarter is either we get something super unique, like something really cool Kickstarter exclusives, or for some reason, for example, we know publishers are really need to back them and help them out. Or
we just back because we just back something because
we try not to back just because in order to back because you can get those games later and maybe they won't be that good, but sometimes it still happens.
Just to go briefly through the list, we have back of games set 2 that we haven't got yet. This War of Mine, the board game, which is a surprise as we usually don't play that kind of games at all. Then Anachrony, which is the Trickerian Legends of Illusion, the same.
That one looks really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna ship in February, I think, so we can get it basically at the end of February or probably March, so very soon. Catacombs and Castles, which is really cool because we love Catacombs, the 3rd edition, and then you have the team play. The Fugitive, which is from Burgle Brothers and Paperback.
Yeah.
This is the same designer, and he did a follow-up to a sequel to Burgle Brothers, where now it's a 2-player card game where one is escaping. Now it's in the city. And it's a card game, but one is escaping, the other one is trying to catch him. Yeah. So like a thief and policeman. Like Yokohama, the deluxe version. If you know about Yokohama, it's basically TMG reprints the deluxe version. So
yeah, it's like they are picking up those Asian games, Korean and Taiwanese games, and they're finding the jewels there, and they're bringing them to, let's say, like Western gamers, US and obviously then European as well. So Yokohama is one of them. I'm super excited about it.
So
because
that one's getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
But here, Tiny
and they have been showing that game, so it's kind of on its way to ships now, like on the big containers, kind of like a finish line.
So, I'm going to briefly go through a tiny. Sorry, you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying that they, like the whole thing where y'all were talking about how a lot of times with the Kickstarters you'll get all these extra exclusives that don't show up in retail. Part of what made me start really considering Kickstarter was I've played the retail version of Blood Rage now and the retail version of the others, and then I remember all the stuff that got added in if you had backed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh! So now I have to actually pay a little bit of attention to what's going on.
Me or not, but it's
cool me or not, and probably the people who do that the most. But that's definitely something that I have to pay attention to and consider. Not just blanket say I'm not backing Kickstarter, because I've realized that that's not a. So you got to find some middle ground there between not backing it all and only backing Kickstarter.
So there are two games that I'm super sorry we didn't back. One of them is Blood Rage because of all those exclusives. That is super hard to find now, but they add a lot to the game. And another one was Catacombs, which had quite a lot of those kind of Kickstarter exclusives as well. But we got them. But it was still like it took us time.
No, we got one expansion, I think. We got
one expansion only, not another one. But I don't think
really good price, because this expansion was like selling on eBay for a really high price.
As like all those exclusives.
Yeah, it's like the whole exclusive expansion that you can get.
But we didn't really try to get another expansion because it didn't seem that important.
Yeah, but there are some other games like The Bird told me to do it from Carl Chudik, and we have backed quite a few, and Vast with miniatures now. The second edition comes with miniatures, so we backed Vast with miniatures and additional rolls. Now you can play the
Unicorn
and the Ghoul as well.
Yeah.
I'm
super excited about it.
Dungeon and Dragon and Goblin and Thief and whatever, the Knight. Yeah. And then Chimera Station is the other one. Did you see the Chimera Station?
I don't think I'm familiar with that one, actually.
It's from TNG as well.
Of course it is. let me look it up. Hold on.
It's we have the deluxe version. It's like where the workers have different body parts. They have like.
Oh no! I actually saw that. Have y'all done a video on that? Somebody's done a video on that.
No, we haven't.
Maybe, but I do know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen a video on it now, and that does look pretty cool, actually.
We thought like we shouldn't back it because aliens and whatever. Like, it didn't sound as fun, but it's TMG and it's deluxe version. And,
it's TMG, and it has a really interesting thing where you actually craft those workers, which can be either gimmick just for one game and it's going to go away, or it's something new, brand new.
We hope for the best.
Yeah.
So we hope that will be great. Yeah, because it's called Alien Splicing Action.
What?
Splicing Action.
That's what it's called when you mix up the.
Yeah, you put like a tentacles additional, you put additional brain there, or something else.
Yeah, splice them together.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, we went away from the topic and about Kickstarters that will come out in 2017. So, but is there anything else, Baker, except the Kickstarters and such?
What else happening?
Movies. Movies happened.
Come on, talk movies.
No, there wasn't like I just liked a couple of movies that most people didn't like Batman versus Superman. I actually thought, well, if you watch the director's cut, I really thought it was a good movie. I've watched both the theatrical and the director's cut, and I get why people didn't like the theatrical version, but you watch the director's cut and the movie makes sense. Okay. Yes, you have to watch an extra 30 minutes, but it makes sense.
We haven't watched it yet, but I know we'll watch then the director's cut.
Yes, when you watch it, watch that. Don't bother with the theatrical version.
Cool.
And what was What else did I watch? Oh, well, okay, and this one, of course, people did like, but Rogue One was just the most amazing thing that's ever happened to Star Wars. So, that movie definitely made me think that, hey, we're actually going to be getting some real good, because Episode 7 was good, but it was also a rehash of what's happened before. So Rogue One was this brand new story. It was awesome, and I have hope for the future of Star Wars now. So it's good times. That's really all I had to say. It wasn't a whole lot.
Oh.
I watched those movies in 2016, and they were good.
Yeah, we usually don't watch that many movies, and sometimes when we watch them, we
watch those two.
Oh, we might. Yeah, Star Wars isn't our thing, really. I don't know. It just didn't grab Alina as much.
Yeah, I tried to, like, from the moment people were really talking a lot about the Rogue One and all that, like, again, all that buzz. I thought, yeah, sure, let's catch up. And I watched the third one, so I started from the very beginning, not like from the number one, but like from number 3, which should be good. From 3. Third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I started from the third one.
Number 1 will ruin it for you.
Yeah, like I don't remember. Ilja told me like what should be the sequence I should watch. So watched the third one, and I was so like, whatever, and I couldn't force myself to watch even more. So it was like, everybody's talking about the Death Star. So and it got over, and it got like killed off in the very first one. We were like, what?
But who got killed off in the first one?
Yeah, it was destroyed in the very first one. The Death Star.
Oh, yeah. But don't worry, it comes back. It comes back.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
I might watch at some moment, but if I feel that I'm missing a lot, because that's what I usually do, that when I feel that I'm missing something, then I try to watch either TV series or movies or read the books that people tend to talk about. But until then, I don't think.
That's, by the way, regarding the movies and such. We at some point, Alina just came to me and she's like, "I want to watch Harry Potter." And I was like, "Really?"
It's a good series.
Yeah, I was, because I read all the books, and almost all the books, but I'm a fan of the books and of films as well. Not all the films were good, because some of them were like just. They just took few pages of the book and then just put it on the screen, and then.
Oh, really? See, I haven't read the books. I've just watched the movies.
The fifth was like, just, we're gonna run through a quick summary of the book, you know. But some of them are like that, the films, and sometimes they aren't good. But overall, the whole series was really cool, and we watched it over. And now Alina watched it for the first time. She haven't read the books, and it was a big yes for me, of course. Yeah, let's watch it. And then we watched all the 8 movies, let's say. The last movie is 2 parts. So we watched all of that.
I enjoyed it much more than I expected to.
Yeah, and Alina enjoyed it. So I was like, hell yeah. It's great. Because Harry Potter is cool.
It was definitely a highlight for Ilja last year.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love the Harry Potter movie series. Like I said, I haven't read the books. I probably should do that at some point. But
the books have some extra things that, I'm not going to spoil. Somebody has it.
Game of Thrones, the TV show. I don't know if y'all have watched that at all.
I watched it until the last season, and I'm so not interested in what's going on. It's not catching me. So I didn't watch the last season. Maybe I will do it at some point, because I watched all the previous ones, but it was like...
So you didn't see the most recent one? You haven't watched yet? No,
but I watched from 1 to 6 seasons, so all the previous ones. I really like the world they created. I really do like it, but it just doesn't get it, because you can't fall in love with any of the characters there, because they can die off.
Jerks.
Yeah.
And they all die. Yeah.
Yes, but maybe that's the reason why.
Oh, spoilers! Everyone dies.
Spoiler? No, come on, it's not a spoiler. Everybody knows that. Maybe this is the reason it's not getting my love. Let's say, because I cannot, I don't know, really be in there.
Well, wait. So the final season you saw, what's the last thing that happened in it? Was that where that thing happened to John?
Not sure, actually. I kind of feel that there is something maybe something more gonna happen, but I got till the moment when the girl, I don't remember her name, got blind.
Danny? Went blind. Arya.
Yeah, Arya. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So that was, okay.
That's pretty much. So she's kind of blind now, and something gonna happen, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh man, if you've made it that far, you need to go ahead and watch the most recent season because
I am gonna at some moment. Most probably I'm gonna watch when the season is over because I don't like waiting for another one. I kind of like to watch all of them in a row in like a week or two, and then it's easier for me that way.
That's true because right now because they finished the last one. The last one happened during the normal, March to whatever in May, like it normally does, March to June. And then they were like, oh yeah, so we're going to wait until basically they're pushing it back because they wanted to film it during actual winter. So they didn't have to do all the effects to get snow and stuff, I guess. I don't know. And so it's not coming back on until like July when it normally would be starting in March this year. So we have to wait an extra long time. But yeah, the last season was probably my favorite season so far.
Which one?
But the most recent season was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of cool things happen.
Okay.
I'm like chatting and then I'm like whatever.
Yeah. Ilya's skipping the part he's not interested in. Yeah, Ilya hasn't watched the those Game of Thrones, and he's like he's just chatting in
come on. What do here's what you do. Catch him up on Game of Thrones, and then by the time you catch him up, the 8th season or whatever it is it's about to happen will be started, and then y'all can watch those too. It'll be great. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. I tried watching The Dead of Winter.
Nope, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, no, Ilya's big fan of Dead of Winter, but I tried. I think I watched
we need a compromise.
I think I started until 4th
Alina, you wanted to say Walking Dead, not Dead of Winter.
Oh yeah, Walking Dead.
It's funny you did say Dead of Winter. I was immediately thinking Walking Dead, but you definitely said Dead of Winter.
Yep. I know I did.
Compromise here, where y'all will sit down one weekend and Alina, you'll fully catch up on Dead of Winter, Walking Dead, and Ilya, you'll catch up on Game of Thrones, and then you'll be one happy family. Then that's really what's missing in y'all's marriage is that you're not watching those two shows. That's my professional opinion.
No, but yeah, I have The Walking Dead. I have Grimm. I watch and Supernatural as well.
There are so many really good shows that it really is hard to watch. You can't watch everything. So
yeah, right now I'm not really watching. I'm listening, as I told you, I'm listening to really many podcasts and looking at different reviews and such. I just don't have time to watch everything else. Just not.
Sorry, we're way off topic now too.
Yes, I was actually thinking, like, shall we talk about games now? A little bit.
Yeah, but people need to. Yeah, all right. Yeah, but people need to listen about the films as well because we want to talk about them. No. The thing is that with Alina, we made a whole list of different things and games and such, the events or the designers or the companies that we're looking forward to and such. So I wrote down 4 Gods as a game to mention from 2016 because it had this really cool, fast gameplay, real time, which didn't feel stressful, which felt like a peaceful real time. Yeah, we played it quite much. I enjoy it. It will surely be in my top 10 of 2016. I'm sure of it.
I'm quite sure as well.
I just loved it. It's everything that I didn't like about Carcassonne. It made it like great. It's just like take Carcassonne and make it great, and that's 4 Gods for me. But people might not agree because they don't like real-time aspect or anything like that. So, but so cool.
Yeah, but in that game,
engaging.
The real-time is not about speed. As I believe we mentioned a couple of times, it's not about speed. It's more like you do actions at the same time. That's it, kind of.
Yeah, you do at the same time. Yeah, it's simultaneous, basically, a selection of the styles. But I wanted to mention this game because it gave something new and refreshing to the styling aspect. with that real time and placing gods and scoring, and so I just loved it, the artwork and such. So that was that is definitely the mention I want to give you. Anyone else?
We in essence we bought a game, Dice Stars. Before that, and we only bought that because of the designers, Bruno Cathala and was it Ludovic Montblanc? Ilya?
Dice Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were not really into roll and write games. So none of those Quicks and Quinto that people tend to love a lot. But we played it, and it was so amazingly cool and fun that we actually had to dig deeper with those roll and write games. So we bought Avenue, and we're really into discovering that completely new genre, let's say. And we got to play yesterday.
Is the one that is a little bit similar.
It's pretty much. It's not really roll and write, but it's still like pen and paper game. And then there is Saint Malo that we played yesterday for the first time, and we want to play Viva Java, the dice game. So we're really discovering that genre. It is super fun. I think I'm much more into that than Ilya, and I want to have more and more and more. And I really like every single one we played so far.
So that's a genre I don't have yet. How many of y'all played so far of that type of game?
4.
4.
Well, if we consider, I wouldn't actually say that Escape from Aliens in Outer Space is a roll and write game.
Pen and paper game.
Yes, but roll and write, it's kind of 3 or 4 because Avenue is not really roll and write because there is no dice.
Have you played like Rolling Japan or Rolling America yet?
No.
No.
I'm not sure we're gonna try.
They are rather abstracted. That's the thing.
So we don't want to have too many similar. So the similar abstract game we have is Dice Stars. So it has just numbers and stars. We don't want to have too many of these type of games.
Sure.
But we might want. I've heard good things about Nochmal, which is the same designer of Saint Malo that we played yesterday. Octodice, maybe at some moment. La Granja no Siesta. It's not in our radar right now, but.
Baker, you should take a look at the Saint Malo. The box.
Yeah, I saw the job.
Box is ugly. Box is wow. It's wow. It's the ugliest we have. But it is. But the gameplay is cool.
White Europeans staring off at stuff.
Yeah.
But the game itself is pretty good. Would you say that's a good? It doesn't look like its complexity is too bad. So
no,
I'm just trying to think as far as a good initial game into. Maybe the kid might even play it. Yeah.
Have you tried Karuba?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you tried Karuba from the Haba? The family.
How do you spell it? How do you spell that?
Karuba.
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 Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. No, that's on my. That's definitely on my wish list. That's a must-have on my wish list. But no, I have not tried.
I'd say for us, Avenue game replaced Karuba.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
So that's
look at this one.
Look at that guy with his ugly mustache.
It's an ugly box. It's and on the back, you like when you look at this on the back, and it's like
But the boards actually are quite cool. I really like what the boards look like.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on BGG, and the actual components look pretty interesting. Look pretty cool.
The Saint Malo or which one?
Yeah. Same
Malo. So it's like here you basically you draw things like you draw walls and buildings, and you put down different people. Like different people have this kind of like symbols, and you put it down in the city. Like now you have soldier, he gives you that kind of bonus. Now you have a merchant, he gives you money. Architects, like gives you opportunity to build buildings, to get points. It's really easy.
It's really cheap too. It's only $18 right now.
Yeah, it is. It's really. It basically has these boards and dry eraser markers. That's it.
Cool.
It doesn't have this to wipe, but basically you can take any paper and wipe from the dry eraser marker.
To hunt down. At least I'm trying to hunt down now the Doodle City. which is where you roll dice and you have the number of pips and you try to draw the lines, the streets between the buildings to score, which is the same publisher as Avenue, which I liked a lot. I didn't like that much, but this is quite pure roll and write as well, which is not about the numbers and just crossing over some of the spaces. So I'm really into trying that one on. I think I will at some moment. I don't think it's gonna get reprint, or at least not anytime soon. So I think we're gonna try to hunt it down somewhere on Geek Market.
Cool.
Yeah, but I also wanted to talk about the other, like the company that we started respecting much more is Lautapelit. Lautapelit is a Finnish company. They made this Eclipse. They made Eclipse and Nations.
Okay.
We weren't into these kind of games, but then they made they made the new series of games, which are Honshu and Dragon Rush, small games like, and they are numbered.
And they are numbered. You know, like the side of the box, they look like books with the numbers. So it's like a whole series is going to be. So we have the first two, and the first two are really different, really unique, and quite fun.
We got the review copies as well.
Yeah, the Honshu is the one that gets the most buzz, but I think the second one, people should talk about it more. It is really unique.
We will.
It's quite fun. We're gonna make a review. Probably we're gonna highlight in Blender, because it was surprisingly fun. We didn't ask for the copy, but we just got it. I don't think we would otherwise try it, but I'm super glad we got it.
Yeah, and the other one is Dogmas, which is beautiful. It's abstract, but it's quite easy to get into, and it's a surprise for me. And so Lautapelit was a surprise for me this year, and they are really kind people, and I just like them now. They are on my radar now.
And I'd say, well, Lautapelit is a shop in Finland as well, and we now know the owner, and they're quite good friends of ours, and they contributed to our giveaway that's going to be soon.
It depends what pack you will get. We will do a giveaway in, like, we're going to do games in different packs, and Honshu will be in each of the packs, in almost each of the packs. We got 3 copies of Honshu that they donated for the giveaway. Really generous, in my opinion. Even, like, doesn't really matter how small or cheap game it is, but I know, like, 3 games from one company to get. So Honshu is really cool. Yeah. Did you, by the way, Baker, is there any game or design or anything you wanted to highlight from 2016? Because we have a whole list of them, so we're going to talk too much otherwise.
Oh, yeah. Not specifically. People are waking up. I'm trying to think. Not that, like, well, I guess really 2016 might have been the year that I really started realizing how much of a or was that 2015? How much of a genius Eric Lang was, because he's got like 85 games in his brain at one time.
Yeah, he's
just been pumping out just hit after hit.
He's quite
even the games that are like okay from him still do really well.
Yep.
So, you know, Bloodborne, I think, kind of had mixed reviews from a lot of people, but it's still doing really well. So, but yeah,
we definitely got Eric Lang on our radars either like late last year, let's say late 2015 or early 2000.
After Blood Rage.
Yeah, so pretty much, let's say still early 2016, we got him in our radar. And if you watch our it's more anticipated 2017, where we kind of feel that I am a little bit of fanboy now of him. He's really getting out cool games, and I really like him as a person. We finally got to talk to him in Essen.
Yeah.
And yeah, wow.
Interviewed him, so the interview is there from Essen. It's still up in the channel. Really, you should look into the interview. He's a nice guy. He's a cool guy, and he talks some jokes and such. And he's just
he seems like he's a pretty cool guy.
So yeah. I also wanted to mention there's a particular game that might be in my top 10 of 2016 as well, but it's a game I didn't look forward to at all because of the artwork. And I see that the trend towards the cute artwork becomes really big.
Yeah. By the way,
you have a lot of games. You have a lot of games with cute artwork nowadays, and 2016 was a year where there were a lot of games of that.
I bet I can guess. Let me guess. Can I guess which game you're about to talk about?
Please try.
Santorini.
Nope.
No, we haven't tried it yet.
No.
We want to try it.
I haven't tried it either. I really want to, and it's got that super app style.
We didn't back it. Yeah, we didn't back it because it looks way too much like a toy.
Right. Yeah.
Until now, it still looks a little bit too much like a toy.
How cool it is.
Yes, exactly. And they was like, oh, okay, maybe it has more into it.
Right.
But no,
yeah,
it's not the game.
Ignored it too because it looked like it was all gimmicky and stuff.
Yep. But Ilya was talking
what are you talking about?
Yeah, but what I was talking about.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. The game I was talking about is Happy Pigs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a really cool game, and there is much more game that I expected. Although it's easy, it's fast, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I was surprised when we looked at it at first. Like yellow, and it's a cute artwork. Maybe it's a children's game and such. So no, it didn't grab by the artwork.
Completely mixed feeling. I was like, oh my god, it's so cute, it's so cute, it's so cute. It was like yellow and cute. I don't think it's gonna be interesting for, let's say, adults. But it was wow, it's so good. Yeah. And really, I totally agree. I really feel that there is a trend towards cute games, cute artwork. I don't know why. I'm fine with it because I'm sucker for cute artwork in games. I'm not sucker for cute things in real life usually, but yeah, I really like it. It definitely gets my attention when there is a game with a cute artwork out there. Well, except Santorini, because it's slightly too much like a toy. But I think we might want to get it finally.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that one because I mean I haven't heard anything bad about the game yet. So.
Not a single thing. That's it. Yeah, agree.
Anyway, Baker, have you tried? In 2016, we discovered another cool genre. Basically, we knew about that genre, but came out 2 books that were translated from French. I hope there will be more of them. It was Knights and Captive.
No, I haven't. What is that?
Oh,
yeah, you should
talk about it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Do you want me to talk or do you want to?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's happening?
Alina,
I don't understand, Ilya. Okay, but fine. Okay, you can grab the books right now. Then, meantime, Ilya. So these are, choose your adventure books where we had those in childhood, but without any pictures at all. So it's basically you are reading some part of a story and then you have to make a decision. So either, for example, you're going to open this door or you're going to go further or you're going to speak to this third person. You choose what you're going to do, and then you get the number of the page and then you flip to that one and you choose what, you read further. And you follow the storyline.
I bought her one because Rodney Smith had talked about it one time. It's not that series that you're talking about. Okay. I can't even remember now because it's been so long since we messed with it. But it ended up being a little bit too much at the time for her because it was a couple of years ago. But we might go back and re-look at that. But yeah, I know it's basically an adult, a book for adults that is a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Yeah. So, but the blue-orange games, B2, you're like, turn it. It's upside down.
Sorry.
So there are two books from blue-orange games. They're like the bigger series in French. They'll say translated just 2. And these are in comics. So it's not just a stories to read, but it's like a part of the comic book. And you might find those numbers inside the picture. So you will be in the room, for example, you're exploring the room. You have the numbers on the doors. You might have numbers on some items, which means you might go pick the item up and then see what happens. Or maybe you get some more information, or maybe it's going to be like nothing. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's like, wow, that's cool. I'm looking forward for them to translate more books.
I played Knights, you played Captive, and Captive was more towards adults, I think. Yeah, maybe.
Yes, it's slightly even creepy. I didn't finish it yet, I died only once in the game. Ilya died many more times in nights. But yeah, it is creepy. It's like on edge of a horror, let's say. It's not a horror, but it has slight of that horror theme in it.
Nights is rather simple.
It's more like,
although you can die there as well, but you go like you just restart and then you go further. Now you know that this path is bad one, you know, and you go through the book and it's light. It's comics like it's like it felt a little bit like the art of Asterix and Obelix, you know, and that kind of thing.
But I think they tried translating one more like a kid's book and another one more for adults to try out, like if it's going to work. I really hope it's going to work out because I want to try more.
So this
I want to see more others.
Highlight.
And the fact that they are in a comic book, I don't know, format it's definitely cooler than just text that we had.
Cool. Well, I'll have to. You said Captive is probably the more.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. Oh, wait, that's the Captive.
Yeah,
really cool. Like you see this mansion, and it's like, you know, you look at it and you're like, that's really cool.
Open the first one. Open the first book. So there are like your stats. So you have some strength there that you're gonna like lose. So you might need to fight someone, and you might lose some strength or life points. So if
you don't want to like right here, you can print out. They have the file separately. You can print it out as a paper, and then put it like between the book, and then you can play it, and somebody else can play it on the other side.
That way you're not marking it all up.
It's Blue-Orange Games, by the way. It's Blue-Orange Games.
Yeah, actually, I found it already on BGG, and I have.
If you can buy them, you should try at least Captive.
Okay. Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, this was one of the highlights. It's these books. It's something new to discover.
Yeah, something different than kind of what you're normally playing and stuff. So.
Yep. And it's definitely a solo.
Oh, yeah. But Baker, is there any game you have played or seen that has really bad components?
It has really bad components?
Yeah, in 2016. I'm just curious.
Well, there was, I guess technically...
I'll be back in a second.
It came out in 2015, I think, but I reviewed it this year, and it wasn't awful components, but the graphic design really was the big issue for me, which was Winds of Fortune, which was a Kickstarter. And like as an example of how it was just clearly not. Whoa, y'all are in the same place? What?
No.
What's happening? I didn't know y'all even knew each other.
No. Who's that?
But so with the cards, there's no way to hold the cards in your hand where you can see all the information or even most of the information at the same time. So you're having to constantly like turn your hand sideways and flip cards around and stuff like that. And it's just the graphic design is pretty awful. And then there was like not enough. It's got this initiative thing going on, but almost like 90% of the cards have the exact same initiative as each other, so it doesn't even matter most of the time. And that game, I was pretty disappointed with how it turned out, because it has this really awesome theme where in the the age of sail here on Earth, back whenever that happened, that's when the apocalypse occurs. So then the world is post-apocalyptic, but in the age of sail. And it was a pretty cool idea, and I just felt like it ended up not being fully realized what it could have been. So that was my biggest disappointment for the year.
Yeah, I'm quite sure you're dying to talk about one particular game.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
No,
yep.
Yeah. Robert Ali, yeah?
Yeah.
You know that they did a new print of that?
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, Hasbro. Bad. Really bad. The miniatures are cool. They are now pre-painted. I like them. The cards are like a toilet paper. Like
they're like so thin. They're just like a thicker paper.
I'm sorry, but I'm so disappointed in Hasbro. Is a big company. Do your thing right. The game came in the box, which is without a shrink wrap. And
really?
Yes, it's basically it's closed, so there are 2 stickers on the side of the box. But if you take the stickers away, it will tear off some of the art on the box. So
they do that because did Hasbro put out Risk Legacy as well?
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, there's no shrink wrap on that game.
It's like, first of all, it can get damaged without the shrink wrap even more, scratches and everything like that. And it's not like the box is super good quality. It's okay at most. And you put stickers on that kind of box, where if you take the sticker off, it takes off the part of the box as well, you know?
Yeah.
And there is another actually big issue with the game, is that there are small like windows, transparent windows where you put those miniatures, right? So it's like meant to be. But there is like a bigger problem with it. As the cards are really thin, you need to sleeve them. But the insert is not meant for sleeved cards. So you need to remove the insert in order to put the stuff away. If you remove the insert, what is the point of those transparent windows? So it's
be annoying.
It's incredibly dumb.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did that with Arena of the Planeswalkers too. Every single one of those boxes has transparent windows to show off the crap.
I don't understand that. Yeah.
It's because they like, the thing is that if you make a children's game, okay, you can do that, you know, it's just a good advertisement. But if you look at the games, which are the board game enthusiast games, you know, real like board games, bigger one, not the Monopoly type games, you know, then you look at them and you see the professionalism in them, and Hasbro doesn't even like look at that. I think they're like, it's all the same. It's a board game. I'll do the same as Monopoly.
They seem not to be able to distinguish between.
It's a gamer's game. Robo Rally is it's sort of a family game, but I mean, like, I know they streamlined some rules and the game might be cool, but the production is so bad, except for these miniatures are fine. Everything else is so bad that...
Okay, so just in case maybe some our listeners will miss it later on, we're talking about Robo Rally. Feels that people might have missed it, but yeah, just in case.
Robo Rally, yeah. So yeah, that was disappointment. But on the other hand, 2016 was I think it was a great year. It was the best year so far.
Okay, before you go overall, so they're really, if you want to reprint a game that people love, there are like lots of passionate people about the game. You need to respect that. So it's a perfect example is Escape from Colditz. They did a reprint and rules redo of an old game that lots of people love. And you see how they respected that. They even added original rules at the end of the rule book for people who just want to try the original one. And they respected the layout and artwork and all that. You could see that it was done with care. And Hasbro is like complete opposite. It's like, there's tons of fun of Robo Rally. It's an amazing, cool game, but we don't care.
Hasbro is a toy company, is what that's what Hasbro is, and so they view board games in that same light as just a toy. You know what I mean? And so for them, I don't think that it has the same. You know, it's not like a company. I mean, even Cool Mini or Not's a big company now, but they're a board game company. They understand what the board game community is looking for, and they respect the games and everything. But Hasbro first and foremost has always been a game or a toy company, and so that's how they view those things. And plus, they've made their money off of games like Monopoly and stuff like that, and so I think they just don't understand. Is really what it comes down to. Either don't understand or don't care. One of the two.
We want to try the new rules because it was supposed to make the game streamlined, which sounds good to us. So let's just hope the rules are better, because the quality of components it's a complete disaster.
Yeah.
No, but what can you do? You like the older version would not help if you want to mix them, because now they did a different rules. Now each player has its own deck instead of just a pile of cards in the center.
Oh, so you can't even combine, because wasn't that with all the previous versions? You could combine them together, right?
Yeah.
Now this one is different.
And this was different, though, huh?
Yes, the cards are smaller. Now there is other rules of powering down and such, and the mistakes, and and each player has his own deck of fixed cards and movement cards. So
old deck actually sounds good to me, because when we were playing the old version, there was a problem that you really had to shuffle the whole deck extremely well, because otherwise you could get all your cards with just turns or just like straight movements, and you couldn't do much at all with it.
Yeah,
so that might deal with that particular problem. So let's see. I hope for the best, at least for the a rule side.
Yeah. So this was we talked about it quite much, but
let me mention. So the 2016 year got us in a radar 2 publishers. One of them we already mentioned is Osprey Games, the one that reprinted the good old games, the Escape from Aliens in Outer Space, and the Escape from Colditz. So we really discovered both of the games almost the same weekend, and we fell in love with both of the games. So it was like, oh, let me check what else do they have. There are a few more games that we're like, okay, sure, we want to try. So we're keeping eyes open on this publisher.
Cool.
Then there is another publisher which feels that they're publishing games that are really down our alley, like really matching our taste. It's Renegade Game Studios.
I keep hearing a lot of good things about that.
Yes, and they're actually bringing the Honshu to US. And they're trying to now. They're doing the same that.
Buy it, Baker.
Okay.
Whatever you get, it should be a cheap game actually, because it's like deck of cards and a couple of cubes.
It's really cool. We will like it.
Yeah. So we got a meeting with them in Essen, so we got to speak with them a little bit. Let's see if we can work with them later on. But we're really interested in a few of the games. So World Sphere we really love it. So there's some few more games that
we will try. We'll have Clank. Kyle will bring it. So we'll have Clank soon. We're gonna try the Clank. We have Covert as well. We haven't tried Lotus, but I want to try it. And the Blood of an Englishman as well.
Yeah,
that one I want to get as well.
And then there is another new game coming out next year.
Does a review copy of Englishman.
So really looking forward for what more they're gonna bring. And they're the second company like TMG, so they're in looking into Asian games, cherry picking the good ones and reprinting them, which is definitely a good thing to do, because Asian games they have their own, let's say, closed market, and so they come up to ideas that are really refreshing and different for us. Yeah. So we got quite many real good games from there, like the Jewels, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, you even mentioned in your top 10 of 2017 most anticipated games. I mean, you mentioned one of their upcoming games. So, Caladale.
Castles of Caladale, yeah. I'm dying to try the game. It looks like King Domino. Really easy rules, cute artwork, looks cool. So I kind of think it's gonna be lazy evening cute game for me, but I already kind of like it.
Yeah, these two. Of course, we're looking forward to many. There are also designers I'm looking forward to. Of course, there's Bruno Catala always.
Always.
Yeah, I think it was great to have him on a show. It was the 3rd episode, with
we got a little guitar playing from him.
Yeah, if somebody haven't watched it yet, so you should. It's really cool.
Spoilers.
It's an old episode, so it's fine.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, then what's wrong with you? But yeah, Bruno Catala is always great, and he has a game coming about Ants, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well he was talking. What's the name of that game?
There at that moment there was no name. Maybe there is still no name. It was at that moment it was a Colony, but there are like 2 games out there with the same name, so they're probably gonna name it something different. Yeah.
And yeah, Yamatai is coming. And by the way, with Mark Pakien, this is the other designer. So we, as we already told, we played his. Basically, they are doing together with Bruno Catala. They're doing the Yamatai, which is on my radar as one of the most anticipated games, and Treasure Island, which I forgot to mention at first in the video, but then I realized I forgot it, and it would have been really high on my list of most anticipated games. Treasure Island, which we played as a prototype for Mark Pakien, is a new designer. I haven't heard about him before, and we met him in Essen. He's a really nice guy. I really like. I sometimes talk with him through Twitter or Facebook. He's a really cool guy and designer as well. Like he, basically, I don't know anything else from him, but basically his first or second game, his 2 games. One is Yamatai, which he does with Bruno Catala, and it's with Days of Wonder. So, new designer of Days of Wonder already.
Yeah,
and the other game is and the other game is Treasure Island, which is with Matagot, another
2 big publishers.
And both seem to be great games. So yeah.
So yeah, we tried both of the prototypes in Essen. It was just a coincidence. But it's not 100% sure yet that the Treasure Island is going to be published this year. But if it is going to be published,
like in a year or so. But Days of Wonder is definitely the one publishing it, though.
No, Matagot is the one publishing Treasure Island. Days of Wonder is publishing the Yamatai.
Oh, okay. Well, anything Days of Wonder does has my attention automatically.
But if both games got published 2017, then Mark Pakien is going to have absolutely amazing debut in the gaming industry.
That'll be awesome.
That's the person you see. He has fresh ideas. He has some good approach, and it will be the guy to be on our radar, to be always interested in what else he's going to come up with.
Right. Yeah, because like I said, anything from Days of Wonder automatically, it has my interest immediately, because they have a real good track record of only putting out stuff that's top quality, and then
doing games once a year. So
something like that.
And then just from what y'all have said about Treasure Island, that one has me interested too, and I'd be interested to see where this guy ends up going after these first 2 releases.
Yep.
I'm really curious about, and they haven't released the box cover of Treasure Island yet, but I hope it will be. Yeah, it will most likely be in Essen. The
hopefully.
release will be in Essen.
I really hope so.
Yeah, I'm really curious about this game. I would definitely.
I was looking for it on BGG. I don't think it has a.
No, it does not. Yeah. Ilja spoke with them, and they want to have box art before they post, so they don't want to post like an empty.
Sure, that makes sense.
Most of them are. Most companies are fine posting without any picture, but I guess Matagot didn't want, so.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I can understand that as well.
Well, guys, I don't want to cut it super short, but we're probably gonna have to start heading out.
It's fine. We did it almost 2 hours and 45 minutes, so it was quite a long chat.
Yeah.
But I'll say some last ending words.
Inspirational words, please.
No, like Now we did our 5th episode of Fellowship at the Punchboard. It feels really great. We're gonna be here next month, hopefully maybe earlier in February. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll try to.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go to the camp in February, board game camp. We're gonna play.
I'm excited to hear all about that. That sounds like so much fun.
It is.
We might do a series about that. It might be good. And then we're gonna try to play many cool 2016 games that we haven't tried it to make a top 10 list. So that would be really cool. And
we will play Captain Sonar there. Finally.
Yes. That one. I don't know when I'll ever get to play that. That'll probably be like at a con that I'll finally get to play that one, just because it's hard to get
8 players.
I feel like you need to have 8 people. I don't feel like it's as good of an experience with less in my.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
I think you might have a good experience with less players if you have played 8 before.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
And you have experienced players, maybe really that way.
Yeah. That might work. So yeah, we're gonna do all of that, and so keep an eye on our channel. Keep an eye on Baker's channel as well. Board online, board offline. So Ray, he puts out some really cool stuff as well. Is there anything coming soon from your channel?
Well, I have been for like what seems like forever scripting a how to play for Zaya. So I'm gonna have that up because with the expansions coming out hopefully in March, and the expansion is actually going to be changing some of the base game rules. So I'm gonna have the how to play for the base game, and then in March do the how to play for the expansion when it comes out. So that's the next big thing that's going to pop up on my channel, hopefully.
I think people will really appreciate that.
Yeah.
These games need sometimes this kind of videos, and Rodney Smith cannot do everything. So
right. Right.
So that would be cool. Big thanks for a few folks who joined in the chat as well. And we
were chatting quite a lot there, which, yay, like finally, thanks a lot, really. That's super cool.
Yeah, five viewers is our maximum right now, but we're gonna grow to 6 in next month. So
yeah, we're slowly getting there. I definitely did not expect a huge start. So I definitely thought we're gonna start slowly moving, but I hope we'll keep on doing them.
2016 was a great year, the greatest year in gaming for me so far.
For us.
For you, I cannot tell about you. I don't know.
Come on.
All right, for us, but I hope 2017 will be just perfect. Because this is just a small thing. We will most likely get 2 new family members.
No more spoilers.
What?
Okay, Ilya, sorry, that was bad. Ilya, sorry, that was bad. I'm not pregnant, okay.
With twins?
No, these are cats. These are cats. Yes, we're probably gonna get 2 cats.
We're working on that, on getting 2 kitties right now. Yeah.
Cool.
So let's hope at some moment
that's how rumors get started, Ilya.
Yeah.
No, we should have ended that.
So you do not do that.
No, we should have ended
family members and off.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 family members. Well, that's it. Yeah, these will be cats. But yeah. Oh, somebody said, "Oh, cats." Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the next Fellowship of the Punchboard. I don't know the theme yet, but we're gonna figure out.
Yeah.
Maybe some 2017 talk as well.
Maybe, but that might be kind of boring. So I don't think we should. We'll discuss it later.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want to have like viewers right now, if you have any ideas for the topics, you can write them below in the comments. It will give us idea what do you want us to talk about.
Yeah, in the comments below of this video, that would be cool. Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. That'd be cool. Yeah, but we should end it now.
Yep. I'm reading comments about kids and children and cats. Damn, boring.
Well, disappointed. Yeah, some people are disappointed now.
3,
It's just cats.
2, 1, and push the button.